Hello, my name is John Reynolds. Welcome to Extraordinary Life Stories. On this episode, I'm talking with Deno Michael AKA Denodriz. Deno is a dynamic force in the music industry, boasting 2 platinum singles and millions of YouTube views. From viral hits to sold-out performances, Deno's meteoric rise to fame showcases his unparalleled talent and unwavering dedication to his craft. Deno started singing to camera from the age of 13 and went viral with his obvious talent shining through. He's since collaborated with numerous artists and been mentored by Stormzy and worked with Idris Elba. All of this achieved by the age of 21. Let's get into it. Can't wait to talk with Deno. Deno, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Absolute pleasure.
My pleasure.
Tell me, who's Deno Michael?
Deno Michael is really me. Like in terms of like young boy, Eritrean roots, mother and father from Eritrea, grown up in like a single mother household, South London, schooled in Brixton, influences of people like Stormzy, Ed Sheeran, Chris Brown, Drake, musically anyway. I've got so many like inspirations of people I look up to and stuff in the entertainment world. Because you already know, I like my movies, I like my music, 100%. I like all of that stuff. So
that's an aspiration for you as well, right?
That's a big aspiration for me. The movie thing, I've always been into the music. Everyone knows me for the music.
Yeah.
But I've always had like I've always had like this passion for acting and film and drama. So
yeah.
I've always been great at drama and stuff in school, innit? So it's just like, it makes so much sense to just go into that, and something I really want to just do and just something I enjoy as well.
Do you know what I love about this chat is I normally always go, take me back to when you were a youngster.
Yeah.
And you're 21.
Take you back away.
So like, I mean, that's really cool though.
Yeah.
Because, but actually in context, take a generation off you. You've got going so young.
Yeah.
I want to know about those early years. So that, you talked about the inspiration, the influences.
Yeah.
But then to take the action.
Yeah.
So that kind of 13-year-old Deno that ultimately got the camera and what made you do that?
I mean, it all started really when I was in school, freestyling on the playground, singing. I was always serenading girls, and like, all my friends would just come and be like, "Oh, can you sing for my Snapchat?" And I used to just be like, I was never shy to just do it, to actually just do it, because I had so much confidence. And I was just like, let's just do it. To be honest, I didn't want them to post it online at first, because I was just like, no. I thought, I didn't really want all of that attention, really. And then once, my friend put it on Instagram, kind of without my permission, but people were loving it. I was seeing the comments, and everyone was just like, "Oh, this guy's sick. Oh, he's really good." And I was just seeing so much positive kind of feedback. So I was just like, this is actually kind of cool. Like,
but why? So if you're that confident and you're doing it, but you don't want to get the attention, why don't you want the attention?
I don't know. I don't fully know why. I think even processing, I didn't know what that was going to turn my life into. No. So to me, I think it was like, there's no point of me having like just random videos of me just going everywhere at one point.
No purpose?
Yeah.
You need a purpose behind it?
Yeah, because there was no direction or plan with it. I was just doing it, you know what I'm saying? But then,
that gets you noticed, that gets you...
Yeah, all of those things, but I didn't really think about it too much, really. But when I saw him posting, I saw the feedback, that's when I was like, you know what, okay, people like it. I've always known that I've wanted to do music and pursue a career in, entertainment and stuff. And I was like, I've got the opportunity now to do something like that. So many things were coming to me, like people like Stormzy, like my inspirations, I was saying, came out and, retweeted my videos and said, yo, who is this kid? I really want to meet him. So I even got to like have the opportunity to go in with him in the studio. Like even when he was making Big for Your Boots, I was just there, just sitting down, just watching it. Like,
you're learning, right? Learning from the
100%.
master.
I'm just sitting there, just, like absorbing everything and just kind of like, all right, cool. Like really, like this is really what I want to do.
Almost like a mentor, because I mean, at that
100%.
age, right? And without you've got the purpose. I want to do this.
100%.
But you haven't necessarily got management, or your parents weren't doing it. You know what I mean? So you've got to find. So did Stormzy step in and kind of help you with that mentoring and the other people around you?
He was definitely like the first person to get me in the studio. I was never in the studio before that. Never ever went to the studio before. Didn't have no management. I had no ties to anything industry. Nothing like that. I was just a kid, just like trying to just say, I'm going with it,
Yeah.
And so I'm really lucky to have. I'm really grateful to Stormzy for like even inviting me to the studio and letting me like hang around him and work with him and stuff like that, because that's that's big for anyone.
But you created that, you made that happen, and
Yeah.
this is a really interesting point for me, right? I've got two daughters, as you know, who think you're awesome, and that whole fear of posting, because you had the confidence, you obviously did, but for whatever reason, you must have had all the great comments, but people in there that are giving you some hate or some negative
100%.
comments. And those are the comments, or the fear of those comments, that stop my girls posting, other kids doing it. So how did you override it from a confidence point of view to do it in the first place?
Yeah.
And then to just see past the people that are saying you're rubbish, or anything that could be. It seems like you see past that.
Yeah, definitely do. But I think, even coming to think of it now, I think that was probably one of the reasons I didn't want it posted in the first place.
Okay.
But once I did see the good few comments, then I was like, okay, cool.
So you focused on, because there's an expression, watering the weeds. Don't water the weeds. Concentrate on. That seems like it comes naturally.
Yeah, it does.
Because some people will get 1,000 positive comments.
And the one.
The one. And they stop.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like I can't say I've never been there. I've been there before. Like where the one is like makes you think, oh, like it starts making you question yourself.
Yeah.
But really and truly, there's 100 people saying it's good and one person that I don't know saying it's good.
And then it's having the belief that you're good.
Yeah,
exactly.
It comes from you first. It comes from within first. I've never ever doubted my abilities and myself in life. Never.
Yeah.
To me, that's crazy. Like when people say, "Oh, I don't think I can do it," I'm just like, I don't get it. Why don't I don't understand that.
And do you spend time on that? Because a couple of people I've actually spoken to today on this program, the inspiration you get from these guys, where they spend time on themselves, self-development.
Yeah.
And then their point that they made to me is, why do people spend their evening watching Love Island and worrying and wondering why they're not achieving anything? Life's not fair. And yet actually it's, get out there and make some stuff happen and be the best version of yourself. Do you spend time on that?
100% every day.
Because for 21, I think that's so impressive, let alone the fact that you've obviously, did that come naturally to you to then seek out the mentor, seek out learning, and how are you doing that? Where are you finding that?
Like I said, because everything was coming to me in a way, like the opportunity of people like Stormzy and all these kind of big figures coming and just approaching me and like showing me love, it's made me want to be like, all right, cool. I want a place here. Like it's not like I like being the young boy that everyone is like a little bro to, but I want to be in the conversation as well. So to me, I've got a point to prove. It's like, I know I'm just as good. I know I've got the capabilities to do it. So it's 100%. Like, I'm just so like fixated on just doing it and just making my dreams happen. Because I don't want to live this life and not achieve what I want to achieve. No. Like, I can't live like that. I can't. I don't want to live with myself knowing I could have tried. If I tried, I could have done it. Like, I can't live like that. And that's one thing I don't want to do.
So many people do. I know. And then potentially they find out through self-development or potentially something that's gone wrong, and then they focus on being a better version of themselves later in life, and then they realise what they could have done, and then they've got to live with that, right? Yeah. And I think a key part of that mindset is keeping physically fit.
100%.
And I know that when we first met, you were really open about the fact that you'd struggled with your weight.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that as a journey, what you've done to then lose the weight, and whether there was a part of you that wanted to do that to get the mindset right as well, because it goes hand in hand. If you're physically fit, you're mentally fit.
100%. For me, with the whole the weight thing, I've always been a chubby, big kid. I've always been that guy. So
did it bother you?
Yeah, I'd say it did. I wouldn't say it's like a major factor or issue for me. I wasn't like, oh, I'm this guy, but naturally it's gonna make you be a certain way, personality-wise and stuff. That's because it's just what you are. I wasn't overly fixated on it. I don't think. Obviously, it was always a thought for anyone that's a bit self-conscious. It's always gonna be a thought. But it wasn't something I was overly thinking about too much, I would say. But I didn't like the way I was, and I honestly didn't want my health to go in a bad way, especially being that young as well. So I was just like, nah, I just need to fix up, and I need to like fix myself. And then even the stuff like reading, the stuff that you was talking about, like just reading and watching things and stuff to like self-improve. I'm always seeing things like, working out helps, this helps, that helps. So I'm just like, why not give it a go? And I wouldn't even say there was a day where like, I know for a lot of people it was like, I sat down and like, I saw myself in the mirror and thought, nah, it wasn't even that. I was just sitting down one day and I just thought, nah, I should go to gym. And from there, I just did it.
You're the sort of person, when you come up with something,
I just want to go for it. I just want to go for it. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So I started when I was like 19. I started to like eat better and stuff like that. Then last year I was hitting the gym, some days even twice a day. I was going to the gym daily, boxing every day, just eating clean. Even till now, I eat clean. I'm not the best. I'm not like a food guru or nothing. But I definitely like do my best to like be health conscious and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah,
but that's it. It's a conscious effort, right? It's a discipline, and it became a priority to you. It wasn't a priority to you before.
Lost about 40 kilos doing it.
Yeah, fair play.
Fair play. So for me, that was a game changer.
Fit.
Thank you, man. Even now, I still want to do more. I need to, you know.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's the journey, right?
Yeah,
there's never going to be a moment where potentially you're going to look in the mirror and go, "I'm happy." But you just keep, and you've got to keep that consistency as well, which is a key part of, I guess, business and life. One of the things that I couldn't wait to bring up in this conversation is how we met.
Yeah.
We were at an investment business. Event, the Master Investor Show, and you stopped me, and I was bowling in a hurry, whatever, and I'm often the one that will stop someone. And I find that quite rare, and you can see the look when they stopped, and then it leads to a conversation. But you stopped me. Yeah. You actually said, "Are you an actor?" Which is interesting because I know you've got aspirations to be there. So maybe there's a manifesting, like almost hoping I was an actor. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
But you stopped me. You wanted to talk to you, and then with having this conversation, what do you do? Which leads to this.
100%.
I'm so impressed with that. Yeah. 21. You've gone to a Master Investor Show to see what's going on, see what the trends are, see who you might meet, and you're actually actively talking to people.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like many 21-year-olds will do that, and it feels like the generation coming through that is lacking in empathy, lacking in sort of seeking opportunities where they're just ultimately potentially scrolling and so on, and that communication skills. Yeah. And it reflects as well how many collaborations you've done. Yeah. You can name a bunch of people now. I want to know how you've done that. It feels like you've put yourself out there. You've reached out and kind of gone, I like you, let's do something. Because that's working for you.
100%. Right? I'd say I'm not scared to approach something or someone. If I'm a fan of you or if I like your things, I will tell you that. Yeah. There's a lot of people do it where they act like, oh yeah, like they'll be a fan, but they'll act like, oh yeah, like, they don't care, they don't know who you are. For me, I find that it's weird. Like if I want to speak to you, I'm going to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether the interaction is not reciprocated, then I'll be like, okay, it's not that. Then I'll just continue. But why not go and tell someone, I like your music, or I like what you do, or just have a simple conversation. Me, I'm a people's person. I like to think. I don't, even when people come to me and they say, oh, yo, Deno, I'm not the type of guy to be like, don't speak to me. No, I'll be like, what's good? Like, I know you. Yeah. Like, to me, it's all, we're humans. Like, it's what we're here to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, learn off each other, just be cool with each other and just live, man. And even the investment thing, the event that we went to, that's something I've never been to before. So that was my first time going. So I was even eager to meet new people and stuff. Obviously, my friends, Phil and Jay's, was the ones that invited me. And they're like, you should come and definitely see what's going on here. And I was like, you know what, why not? And
I'm glad you
lucky
did.
enough to meet you.
I mean, you're a friend now. I mean, the banter and but that is and also just outside of anything that's captured on camera, it's being able to help and do business together. And
100%.
And that comes from taking that action and being curious. Mm-hmm. It feels
always
like so
curious.
many people. Yeah,
always.
Yeah, I can tell.
Always. So if I don't understand something, I want to know. I'm gonna ask. Yeah.
And so sitting here now, you've got 2 platinum singles. Mm-hmm. You've had nearly 60 million views on some of your videos on YouTube. Mm-hmm. What's your goal? Because I'm fascinated to follow your journey from here. But sitting here right now, you've got ambition, aspirations. Yeah. What's the North Star?
The North Star for me is to make Deno. I want to carry on the story of Deno from being a school kid to being a successful artist, to being a successful actor, to being a successful entrepreneur. I just want to be a whole mogul in this thing. Like, for me, it's just...
So it's Oscar winner.
Why not?
Multiple Oscar winner.
Yes. Multiple Grammy winner, Brit Award winner, everything. Helping the community that I've come from, everything. I want to... For me, it's just, man. I just want to be the light, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's all it is. And just doing good.
That's such a great mission to have. And how important do you think sitting here now is having purpose? Because so many people seem to lack purpose and it's rippling through you, right? Yeah. You want to make a difference. You want to be the best version of yourself. Yeah. I'm not trying to come from a preaching point of view of either of us, but like there are people that clearly seem to wake up in the morning and just don't want to get out of bed in the morning. Yeah. And then when they do get out of bed in the morning, they don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. Because it's like, if I tell you to meet me, I don't know, somewhere in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the road signs, forget about Waze. How are you going to get there if you don't know, if you don't have the direction to get there? You're just going to be driving, you're going to be lost. So you need to, I feel like as a person, you need to kind of put your mind to something. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying like it's going to just come to you one day, but you got to be willing.
Yeah.
You got to be willing. In life, you got to go out there. You got to find things that's for you. Not everything's going to be for you. You're going to fail. You just got to continue, and you just got to just try something else and keep looking for things and find what you're passionate about and just go for it. And make that your purpose and just enjoy it.
And I guess the reality is if you're trying to get to Yorkshire and you're not trying to get there, just start walking.
Yeah.
And then it might be that you do something that gets you some money to catch an Uber for a bit of the way, and then someone gives you a lift. And then before you know, and then the last bit, you might be driving there.
That's it.
Or flying there.
Flying.
Yeah, no, I get
literally.
it. No, I love that. So it's taking action. It's
just got to go for it.
Yeah.
Just got to go for it. Can't think too much. Even me, I find myself in places where I'm overthinking. You can't get in your head too much. It's easy to get in your head. So easy, but you just got to just ignore it and you just got to continue.
Totally. So there's going to be loads of kids that look at what you've done already and are inspired by you. Mm-hmm. What advice, and things have changed from even, you know, when you were doing your first video, AI, you know, but what advice would you give to anybody that's sort of watching you and watching your journey on how they could get started, how they could potentially be on the trajectory that you've gone on and are going on? Yeah,
I'd say do your best in terms of making the best things, whether you do music, whether you make films, whether you're a model, whether you're whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just get better at your craft. Do your best at becoming the best version of yourself in that craft. And from there, everything else will come to play if you just keep the right mindset, stay hungry. Yeah. Don't let small wins overrule your life. Because they'll keep coming. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. Just keep going. Stay focused on what it is for you, and then the universe gives back to those kind of people.
Yeah, but if you put the effort in.
But you got to put it in, of course.
Love that.
Yeah.
Sitting here now, at 21, you've already had a lot of success. The 2 platinum singles. One of the things that when we first met, you told me was that you bought your mum a house with the sort of first chunk of money that you got, if you like. That says so much. I can see it in your eyes. You can see it when I was talking to you. It's like such a lot of good and humbleness there, as well as having that ambition, which I think is pretty rare. But just sitting here now, what is your definition of success?
For me, it's doing it's providing for people, for my people. I want people around me, whether it's my friends, whether it's my family, or just anyone that I just like and respect and, you know, hold value. I just want to be able to just make their lives better.
Yeah.
Whether that's not even just like financially or nothing like that. Just like, I have a friend that loves Chris Brown. Just being able to let him go to the concert, like those kind of things. I've made a lot of my friends that I went to school with meet people that they look up to and their favorite artists and stuff like that. So to be able to do that for me, that's a win. For me, it's achieving my dreams. I just love what I do. So even when you're saying the 2 platinum singles and that now, even in my head, I don't even.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's boxed away.
Yeah.
I'm on to the next.
On to the next, but I don't even think I've even like fully rendered that because it's something I've wanted forever.
No.
And it's like now that's happened and it's happening, it's like mad. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. It's part of your story. You know it can probably help get you to sort of other places moving into your career, but at the same time you're not dwelling on it. Yeah. It's like, you know, I've done that. I'm facing forward.
Exactly.
And that's the successful bit, right? Yeah. So you can't have success, or very few people have success without having failures.
Yeah. Things
that don't go right.
100%.
Talk to me about that, because someone watching this now could be like, well, he made those videos at 13 and boom, he's off. Yeah. I've been doing it since I was 13 and I'm 60 now and it's not working for me. It's just an example. Yeah. Or, you know, I keep trying and I keep getting knocked down. Now, I know we talked about kind of trying to get to Yorkshire and take the steps and so on. But in context of your experience of failure and how you've learned from it, have you had those things that haven't gone right? And
100%.
Yeah.
For me, things like even being like signed to like record labels, like major record labels, not fully having my own say because I'm young, so everyone kind of thinks I don't know what I'm talking about when really and truly I do.
Not being listened to.
Not being listened to.
That's not ideal for an artist, a creative person, right? Because you're
definitely not. Just those kind of things. Just feeling, not being listened to is one of the worst things for me because it's like, when I talk, I feel like I know what I'm talking about sometimes. And I'm not being stubborn. I'm not being, blowing my own horn. I'm always going to listen to critique. But yeah, like sometimes I know what I'm talking about. So those kind of things, can be seen as failures and stuff. But it just depends on, because now I'm an independent artist and now I'm doing my own things and now I'm releasing music myself. The more that goes up, that wasn't a failure now. I've learned from it, and it's just...
I was just going to say, I remember a previous conversation where you were bashing on a door saying, this is, and they wouldn't listen. Yeah. That's why you went independent. Yeah. And then now you wouldn't be doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have been doing it anyway. So you've got to fail to know where... You got to fall to know where you stand.
And at the time, that was probably pretty demoralising.
Yeah.
Some people, you could argue, would slink away and do other things. And you're like, no, I'm not having it. I'll back myself. I'll find a way.
And that's it.
Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
So in context, I just want to flip it back to when you were talking about the whole weight loss and the mental, physical side. What works for you now? Because so many people that are successful, they're up at 4:30 in the morning, doing a workout, meditating, going for a run. Do you embrace that? Have you got that mentality? Or because you're super motivated and pumped, but I don't get that feeling. Nah. And yet you're bright-eyed, you're focused. So it's almost like an interesting one. What works for you?
I mean, I feel like one day I might start doing that. I'm not against it.
Maybe tomorrow.
I'm not against it, but come on, man, I need to enjoy my life. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
But no, because obviously me, like I'm still a young man. I'm 21, so I go out, like I chill with my friends. I sleep late. Yeah. But as long as I'm getting up the next day with knowing what I'm doing and I'm still productive during the day. Yeah. I don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. right now. I'll still go to the gym. I'll still go to the gym. Like I can go to the gym after this. It doesn't make a difference really.
It's in your own time.
In my own time.
But one thing that flips that, so 21, right? That whole thing of routine, which comes back to this sort of morning thing. Some people they need it. Yeah. You're an entrepreneur at heart, ultimately. That's what's got you to where you are. You've made these decisions to do your own thing. You're steering your own ship now. Yeah. But which tells me you don't need a routine, but some people swear by a routine. Yeah. Are you kind of, there's certain things you need to do, there's certain pillars in your life that you're like, could be family, seeing them a certain amount of time. Yeah. There's certain things that are really important to you.
I mean, I pray a lot. I pray a lot every day. I say I'm quite spiritual. I've tried meditating a few times. I've not fully got the hang of it. I'll try it again. Like, I'm not against it. Right? Yeah. For me, it's very hard. I feel like it's very hard to just zone out and just act like the world stopped. It's hard.
I couldn't have meditated at 21.
It's a bit hard. It is a bit hard. So I'm not fully in it, but I've tried it a couple of times. For me right now, it's not like, but I feel like eventually I'll get into a bit more. I like traveling. I feel like traveling is a good thing for me. It definitely gets me in better headspaces. I like learning things. So I like picking up new cultures and seeing the world. It's a big world we live in, man. Big world. So I just don't like being tied down to just being at home in London.
Well, hence how we met. It feels like you will just keep putting yourself out of your comfort zone, and that's where the opportunity sort of is.
That's where I get my thrill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of find it fun.
Yeah, I love that. So on that, sitting here now, who would you most like to collaborate with? Which artists that inspire you and you could almost do stuff with, work with? Who would they be?
Ooh. I mean, I've worked with him before, writing a song together. Yeah. But actually on a song together, Ed. I feel like that'd be such a great collab. Me and Ed, like going back to back. Yeah, we'd make a
So it'd be Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's the coolest.
You've got to make that happen.
Definitely.
There might be a plan there, actually.
Yeah. We'll see. Do you know Ed Sheeran?
No, that's very cool. Yeah. That's very cool. So in context with Ed Sheeran, what would you actually do with him? Because he's got his own style, you've got your own style. Yeah. So blending that, you got an idea on that? How would you take that forward?
Low key, yeah. I feel like if it's like pop mixed with like, the culture in terms of like hip hop and a bit of R&B, which Ed kind of does anyway. Yeah. But it would just be merging the two, like the kind of Gen Z youth kind of vibe with classic Ed Sheeran. And then we just have to blend it and make it just sound mad, greasy. Like that'd just be so sick.
I love that. Yeah. Do you know what I'm picking up as well, which I love, is the opportunity to do that and the opportunity to ultimately achieve what you want feels like the purpose. You're not sitting here, and don't get me wrong, 21, right? So, I mean, you've probably got to want this, but it doesn't feel like it's all about the shiny things. No. You know what I mean? So you get that collaboration with you do your thing, and you're worth a fortune, and you've got your gongs and your... Yeah. How important is all the shiny stuff to you in context of the fulfillment and that kind of fulfilling the passion of what you want to do.
The fulfillment and the passion side of things, 100%. That's what holds it. But like you said, I still like the shiny things.
Yeah.
Like, I like driving nice cars. I like wearing a bit of jewelry sometimes. I like wearing nice clothes. I like going out with my friends, just doing fun stuff.
Yeah.
So in those kind of aspects, it's lit. I like it. But it's definitely more about, everything else for me.
Yeah. We talked about my two daughters knowing who you were, enjoying your music.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is because you started at 13 and literally at the age of 21, you're sort of still making music but moving to a different phase of your life. But it feels like every song that they put on, my girls put on, The Weeknd, Drake, cool songs, but it's every 10th word is swearing, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like that's been a big part of what you're doing. Is that deliberate? Is that because you've come through an age situation where, dare I say, more recent stuff, you're in that zone where you will and can swear? But is there a deliberate kind of steer away from that? Because it's gone so far that way that there are certain songs where you just listen to it like, I can't. Normally, I just like to hear the music.
Yeah.
With the lyrics, but there's,
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't over saturate swear words in my song, but I do have some songs where I say, like the F word or the N word or whatever. Like I don't shy away from it. No. But maybe it's because
it's relevant to the passion for the song.
It depends on.
Right?
It just depends on how I feel with the song. If I feel like it not needs it, but it's giving me the vibe to say it, I will say it. But other than that, most of the time it's not that, so I just don't. But I think maybe it is because I grew up making music and stuff. It's never been a thought to like include it a lot. So but now, like you said, I'm more older, so I can say those kind of things. And I've got quite a young audience as well. So for them, I don't think it makes sense to just be swearing every second on the song.
No, I get that. I think that's pretty mature of you. And I think just using that kind of mature part of this conversation, you mentioned how influential Stormzy was at that crucial time. There's a feeling I'm getting from you even now where at a certain point you'll be an awesome mentor. And there's a part of you that would almost want to give back.
Definitely.
So that's which could be an amazing chapter of your life. So you got to use that kind of term again, the North Star. Send it, get your Oscars and Emmy Awards and all these things. But actually, there's a big party that probably wants to give back, help, and find a Deno. Is that part of your dream?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I definitely want to give back in any way. Like definitely, I feel like as life goes on, something will make sense. Where I feel I might find someone I'm like, I see you and me, and then bring them along and help them. Yeah, definitely see myself doing that. 100%.
Because I think that whole inspirational side of things, again, back how we met, where you're reaching out, you're looking for people, that curious side of things. There's people that, dare I say, won't have that confidence. You used that word earlier. Would you actually say that that's probably the one thing that, of course, you've got to have the talent, but you have the confidence to do it. It feels like confidence is what stops people from doing stuff. And maybe you can then be the person that's 100%. Drawing that out of people and encouraging them.
100%. Yeah, I definitely tell someone, I still do it now, like with like my own siblings and stuff. Like I'll be like, come on, like you can do that.
Where do you sit in the sibling hierarchy? I meant as in ages. But
ages.
I don't know what you thought I just asked you. I meant as in like, the oldest and the youngest.
Who's the best child?
Oh my God, no. We cause a massive family argument on the back of the program.
No, I'm like the second youngest.
Okay.
Yeah, the second youngest. In my household is about four of us. I'm second youngest out of the four. But I've still got older sisters and stuff on my dad's side and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in my immediate household, I'm the second youngest.
I was just interested in that sort of curious part of my brain about the kind of mindset of competitiveness. I don't know whether you felt that.
What, at home?
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
I don't know.
Sometimes it can be competitive just with two brothers. But it's that that's what I'm talking about, competitive side of things.
Nah.
You haven't got that.
Do you know, I've got a lot of sisters. Okay. So I'm kind of like the only boy, really.
That's cool.
I'm a one of one, So, yeah. And I don't know. I never look at stuff like that anyway. So, no.
No. And the importance of family. I wanted to come back to that. You bought your mum a house. I want to know why you did that.
It's my mum. Like,
I get it. But a lot of people don't do that. That's my point. So they go and buy the Ferrari. They go and buy, fly their mates out on a jet. So that's what I mean. I get it. But tell me, there's obviously a bomb there. There's giving back at such a young age.
I love my mum, so there's no way I can just do something and just live my crazy life and just have my mum just not involved in nothing. That's not happening. So, that's why I wanted to do it. I was like, come on, like if I'm winning, everyone's winning.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense. It's just obviously, yeah, no, I just love my mum, bro. Just gotta give it to my mum.
No, I love it, and
Yeah.
that's the best answer you could give me. But I just, you know what I'm saying, right? How many people don't do that?
I know.
And I think that goes back to this whole thing, having got to know you, just the maturity, the fact that maybe it's because you got going at 13 and had that exposure to people like Stormzy at 15 and so on. But I absolutely want to be, wind in your sails, mate. I want to help you in any way I can.
Appreciate
and just massive fan already, let alone
Appreciate
what else are you going to do? And let's
100%.
make Ed Sheeran happen.
Let's go.
Yeah?
I'm ready. Super ready.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I could talk to you forever. But,
yeah, 100%.
you're a legend.
Oh, man.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.